Well, Kanye West is back in the spotlight, and well, he knows how to make himself come back in the spotlight. We told you he was gone. We didn't know he was this gone. I mean, we told you that he had been starting a new adult website and all that stuff, and dabbled right back into the things that he told you he was out of since he came up with his Jesus album, and then he took his teeth out and put in silver ones, and then he changed it. Anyway, you know what I mean? He's been on this downward spiral. It's feel like now could it be one of two things? He's trying to get back into the good graces of the people, or go back to the old "I am crazy, yay," and it's the best way to make music. However, his latest stunt didn't go across as well as he thought he would. Now he showed up to the award ceremony with his wife Bianca, and I think that's all she wore was her name. Wow, she showed up in a nice puffy black coat, mink, I think, or something. You know, he's rich; she could buy a mink if he wanted to, but let's just say it came from Dollar General, and she had it on her, fully covered, and she decided to turn her back to the camera and then started to drop the robe, only to turn around to show it was just lace, transparent lace over nothing. And he's standing there like a bodyguard, trying to make it seem as though, yeah, that's mine. What can we say about that? Like, okay, let's just have a conversation, Joe. We can talk, right? What would you call a man that's so invested in trying to have people believe that he's still relevant that he's willing to do that to his supposed wife? What man, and I use that term correctly, what man would do that? A man wouldn't. Now, a boy trying to act like a man and seek recognition from his peers would do that. And a girl, a wounded, daddy issues girl, would do that to herself. That would be his wife. But what's the bigger picture here? I'm going to ask it. Was there anything filed against Kanye, police record-wise, for having his wife display her body like that, like public indecency? No. Why? Why do you think that is? Because for all the backlash that he got, nobody really hated the idea. At least not in that crowd. It has become so normal that even someone walking into the award ceremony bucket naked didn't care. They could do it. Besides, it's Kanye. We know he crazy. Let him do whatever he got to do. He crazy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, you do understand, too, that there were young eyes watching these ceremonies, right? You do understand that. There were probably more than likely families sitting down to watch their favorite artist win an award. Their favorite musician get the award for this song and for that album, and kids as young as 12, 13 years old, boys, were greeted with that image on TV. What do you tell them? How do you explain that away? You see, they don't explain that away. This is why they have nothing much to say about it. It's just crazy. It is just a one-off. That's just Kanye being yay. It's okay. I want you to understand how the society have moved from what in the world to so bad that even the church was like, Kanye's just lost. He's just trying to find his way back to God. How do you know that? How would you make that assumption, judging by what? Remember, we talk about fruit all the time, right? Y'all, fruit. What kind of fruit is that? I mean, I have a name for the fruit. It's forbidden. Don't touch that one. Don't touch that one. But there's no real backlash for it because we have been normalized into thinking that if you're in that industry and you're slightly crazy, anything goes. Anything. There is no ritual attached to this one. Ye has already handed himself back off to whoever he wants to follow, so there's no ritual needed. This was simply a stunt to try and get people to think of Ye the way they used to think of Ye. Crazy. Even when he came out with his whole, I sacrificed my mom and my mom was a sacrifice and blah, 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 blah. And I'm dropping the truth about these people and the ones who run the industry and blah, 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 blah.
I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
And everyone was saying, Kanye's a truth teller. He's coming with all the receipts. There are other people that behave like that too, while still being caught up in the industry. Won't name any names, but there are tons of them who left the industry, tried to remain relevant, so they come across crazy, say stupid stuff, and then you'll see them probably end up grafted back in some way, shape, or form in the same industry that says trafficking everybody. You'll see that happening here too soon. I'm making a prediction. Call me Nostradamus. But I digress to Kanye. He never left. He never left. It was another stunt. It was a way to get the other side, who sees a conspiracy around every corner, to join the bandwagon. And what happened was this. He got them. They stayed. And now he's going crazy. What's the statement? We're still behind Ye because they got him again, and we're going to have to pray for him. Or he's trying to go back in to get all the information to come back out and expose them again. He's fighting fire with fire. Really? That's what that is? Fighting fire with? I don't know how much excuses you could make for this man at this point. I really don't. I mean, apparently people come up with new ones every day. But I mean, logistically, you cannot excuse what he just did. I understand that he may not have been the one dressed like that. But she had to at least been having a discussion. And he was like, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do that. I want people to be clear about something. This is not going to be the last time, and I'm not talking necessarily about Kanye, but this is not going to be the last time you'll see something like this happen. The next time it happens, I guarantee you it will be glorified, not rejected. In fact, this might be the catalyst to have almost every female dress up exactly like that to go to the Grammys. I'm betting you money. In fact, I will even make one more step further and tell you that you might even see men dressed like that coming to the Grammys. You might see a transgender person pop up in that outfit, and they will be like, so brave, so stunning, so amazing. He's living his truth. Sorry, she living her truth. And then you're going to see Ye pop back in. That was my idea. Then he's going to drop an album about it, and it's going to sell billions. And he's going to make even more money. And then the next year, it's going to get even more debaucherous. And before too long, now mind you, it's already started. How I know? You have to remember they're going younger and younger and younger and younger, right? Did you see the outfit that the Smith children were wearing? Specifically the daughter? It won't be long before somebody like her shows up looking just like Miss Censori. Watch my words. Looks just like it. She's not that far off. I mean, her dad ain't gonna stop her, and for sure mama ain't gonna stop her either. This is just the beginning. And they're gonna keep it in the limelight, and they're gonna put it in front of you so that your kids can see. And many will be like, it's okay, it's just the Grammys. You know how these people are. They don't reflect real life. But I want you to understand, if your child sees it, it's real. It's real. The purpose behind him doing it is to drive traffic to the entity that he wants you to, which is pornography. It was by design. And it worked. It worked swimmingly. And it's an amazing thing to watch, how the society has become so decadent and so deplorable that this kind of behavior is seen as a championing type thing. Liberation, if you will. But it will not bode well for the rest of society. Little girls are going to watch that and think that would be the normal thing to do. I wouldn't be surprised if they show up to prom like that and not get any backlash for it either. After all, they've already had the trans shows there. This is just her expressing her what? Sexuality. That's the next big push. Yeah, he knows that. If you did believe that he knows the industry, then he also knows the plan, right? And if he knows the plan and he's doing this, then he's part of it. And if he's part of it, he knows how successful it can be. And it's already working. Mark my words. What happened there is going to become quite normal over the next few years. And before too long, you're going to start seeing it in schools and seeing it on the subways and seeing it on the streets. And it'll become a younger and younger and younger age epidemic. Before too long, all of the kids under 10 are going to be dressing like that. And everyone's going to be like, It's just fashion. Keep your kids pure for as long as you can. I understand that the world is going to push on them, but if you instill the information that they need now, it's going to help in the long run. For all the talk that Kanye had about, I'm trying to keep my children away from pornography because it hurt me, he just let it happen because he left his kids with the one person that got her start in pornography. He never had any intentions of saving anybody from it because he was still in it, and he was happily in it. It was a grift. It was a grift to get the people who are lackadaisical about what they believe to follow, and it worked. It worked swimmingly. Our only advice is this: keep your eyes peeled for this kind of influence, because if you don't, the next person to suffer for it will be your offspring, and that will damage the next generation, and before too long, everything will be downhill. Like I understand it will be happening regardless, and we are told that this will happen. But it doesn't have to happen to your children. It doesn't have to happen to your grandchildren. But if you sit by and do nothing, it could be your child next on that walkway, dressed half naked.